the bridge that you may pass. Seek 2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warrior's rest and the crypt of the ancients. Within them reside the keys to our...
I don't care for these woods. Must we slog through them?
Are these Alaric's people?
No, they have been twisted.
Uncle Deckard called these flying creatures death with wings.
Repel them, my brothers!
I spent years exploring places like this with Uncle Deckard. This brings back memories.
There are so many places that we could explore together, Leah.
That's not exploration. It's a rescue mission.
We won!
I used to love traveling, seeing the world.
But now it has fallen into shadow.
Yes, it's not like it was. amazing. It reminds me of being a child and searching for lost artifacts with Uncle Deckard.
Subtle and droll.
At least one of us is.
So sure we could beat whatever traps the ancients had laid for tomb robbers. But the dead bodies of my friends testify to the folly of our arrogance. I will be dead soon as well. Our greed was our downfall.
When this is over, I could open my own little inn somewhere. If I live.
I couldn't go back to that kind of life.
Well, if you ever want a job, I will consider your credentials.
Perhaps I should just visit.
I'm glad that's over.
What skill should I use? Always liked that one.
I wonder who killed these soldiers.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Don't let these dogs have it!
The last skeleton must have been one of Alaric's people, but it didn't stop him from attacking.
Death has a way of twisting the memory.
Our enemies are legion, but they will not take us without a fight. We must hold them here while the keys to the Holy Temple are hidden away from their leader, the fiend Nereza. Resolve must not falter, though we would surely die to the last man.
Tell me about this inn you want to open.
The world is so dangerous. Everybody needs a quiet, safe place to rest and recover. A way station on their journeys.
The perfect place to be ambushed. I'd sleep in a field.
No one is getting ambushed in my inn.
Alaric says that our people can survive the coming battle, but I saw the truth in his eyes. Why did he order me to guard the beacon of honor? Those shambling things are slaughtering my people in the forest above, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Finish them off.
This looks dangerous. You remove that artifact, then hand it to me for safekeeping.
Temple is open. Enter and defeat the guardians within. Although they are my brothers, they will seek your death when you enter.
Look at this architecture. This predates the sin war.
I can teach you more about sin.
Please don't.
None may enter the inner sanctum. Rise, my brothers! Rise and do battle!
stone has been changed. Our children are born weak and suffer short lives. The demon Nereza promised to restore their power, but instead turned them into misshapen creatures and sent them to war against us. We may die, but not before she is sent back to the burning hells.
Fine day for a stroll.
This isn't a stroll. We must fight for our lives.
All the more reason to enjoy the scenery.
Your strength rivals that of our greatest champions. What now do you think you are? You may enter our most sacred place.
The noble hero fought her way here just to die. You again. And who is this you bring with you? Adria's daughter? She has power within her. No matter. Your mother will soon share your fate, little one. The shard is mine. Fill this temple with their blood!
Did you mean my mother will share my fate? Could my mother be alive after all these years?
She's trying to distract you. Don't listen to her.
This fight was too easy. She is toying with us. We must get back to Uncle Deckard right away.
Were you raised as a Templar in the Order?
No. Our scripture says, as a farmer reaps his wheat, so must the Order harvest and purify the weeds.
My initiation was less formal. They asked me if I wanted to hunt demons, and I said yes.
That would be simpler, but your Order destroys monsters. Mine redeems them.
I have seen enough monsters to know that you aren't one of them. Why do you feel guilty about your past?
I cannot tell you.
There are some things that will haunt you forever, if you never speak of them.
You misunderstand me. We are literally unable to recall our pasts. The Inquisitors stripped my sins and the memory of them from me, leaving me pure.
Exceptional.
It is. Good to fight with you again.
So where are you from?
Kingsport, the city by the sea, home to the great merchant fleets and endless nets of reeking fish.
I've seen it. What did you do there?
I am between jobs at the moment.
Dishonorable jobs, no doubt.
Nonsense. I am the most honest thief you will ever meet. Wanted. One relic, scarlet, roughly the size of a man's fist. It was stolen 2 months past during a deplorable theft from the Merchants Guild Bank. Those apprehended were not in possession of the item. The relic is greatly missed by its rightful owner, who offers a reward for its safe return.
Why do you waste your time chasing after women?
Waste? Time is scarcely better spent.
Not when you discard them so readily.
I've only found one worth keeping, but she slipped away from me.
That's no excuse to bother every other woman you see.
Well, no. Sometimes they should bother me.
So you lived with your father during the fall of Old Tristram.
My father was a diplomat. We had a manor in Chaldeum with servants, terraces, all of that. Everything changed when the Troubles started. Somehow, rumors spread that my grandfather was responsible for the king's madness. My father's work fell apart. No one would speak to him. He kept believing it would blow over, though.
But it was not to be.
No. I'd rather not talk about it now if you don't mind. I've work to see to.
Uncle Deckard and I traveled all over the world in my youth, looking for lost lore and artifacts. It was so exciting, crawling around ancient temples, digging through forgotten crypts. I feel fortunate that Uncle Deckard raised me the way he did, the things I learned from him. But now I don't know. I see what his obsession with his quest has cost him, has cost us. The Drowned Temple was once known as the Sarsium Emporis. It was the most sacred of their temples, a site where legend claims angels would come to impart their wisdom to the Nephilim.
The World Stone was an ancient artifact of immense power. It was used not only to create our world, but also to control mankind. The original humans were known as the Nephilim, and their power was such that it was feared they would tip the balance in the eternal conflict between the high heavens and the burning hells. So the World Stone was tuned to lessen our powers, turning mankind into what we are today. But now that it has been destroyed, it is conceivable that the powers of the Nephilim will reappear. Tyrael was forced to destroy the World Stone when Baal, the Lord of Destruction, corrupted it in his attempt to control all of mankind.
The World Stone's destruction must have unleashed incredible energies.
It obliterated Mount Arreat, the mountain that housed it, leaving only a smoking crater in its place. And nothing has been heard from Tyrael since.
I heard that you took Leah on your searches for ancient artifacts and tomes. Wasn't that dangerous?
Not as dangerous as you might think. There was a calm about the world then. Most people paid no mind to an old man and young girl, weaponless and penniless, crossing their land.
Magda is close on our heels. We must find the last piece quickly.
I remember a glow streaking towards a fishing village.
That must be Wortham.
Ah, brilliant, dear Leah. Have the ferryman take you there.
Have you fought the Coven before?
I cannot say, but there is something about them, a darkness, that is known to me.
What do you mean?
The Coven may be part of a greater evil. Perhaps I intended to fight it.
If you are to fight, you will need your sword.
I don't know what would have happened to this town without Deckard Cain.
That Templar you brought to town may seem grim to most, but I think he's hiding a good heart.
I really do miss that bard. The way he sang Bartok and Horizon could make a bad man weep and turn his life around.
You're always on about the bard. Tell you what, why don't you learn to sing for us instead of complaining all day?
Well, I'm more of a patron of the arts than an artist.
That, and you have a voice like a wounded quill beast.
True.
we retrieved the stranger's second sword piece, Magda found us. She's always on our heels. Who is she? She claims to know my mother, but how could that be? Regardless, we must beat her to Wortham in the final piece of the sword.
So this is how it ends? They dragged my cart from the road, but for what? I can't get it repaired. Might as well dig a hole and die in it.
If you've given up, then you're already dead.
I have some new items that I'm certain you'll love. Oh, there she goes again. Were I not a happily married man, I'd let her take me on an adventure.
I'm sure she's aching to haul an old Cooper with a bald spot around. Be my guest.
Vile things transpire even as we speak. I see a town in flames, and an old friend paying the ultimate price to reveal the truth.
That sounds familiar.
Oh, do you have the sight as well?
No, never mind.
I was thinking...
Don't hurt yourself.
I was thinking that we should try to recruit more soldiers. What happens if we get attacked again?
We just spent a week fighting off hundreds of walking corpses outside our impenetrable gates. We're the hardest bastards within 100 miles. Who's going to attack us?
I don't like what's going on around here. Too many new faces. The dead rising from their graves were no picnic, but at least they kept the strangers away.
I must go to Wortham.
I will take you, but beware. Smoke rises from the village.
They're destroying the town! Get out while you can!
By all that is holy, the town is burning!
Death to those who defy the power of the Coven!
We're too late.
We can't be certain of that yet. Keep going.
One of the men retrieved a strange artifact in his nets. It looked like a hilt of an ancient blade, but I know it must be more. The fisherman argued with me, but I convinced him to leave it in the safety of the chapel, a holy place, or a holy relic.
This everywhere. What a surprise.
Please! My family's hiding in the chapel with the rest of the townsfolk. We must get to them.
Don't run off! You'll get yourself killed!
Keep the sword from me!
This is bad.
My servants will burn this town to ashes!
I hear something coming.
My hatred is too low.
They should have run when they had the chance.
You saved us. We owe you our lives.
The hilt of an ancient sword fell near this village recently. Perhaps you have seen it.
We found it days ago. I wish we'd never brought it here. Come, I left Virgil to guard it. We will be glad to be rid of it.
I'm going back to Tristram to check on Uncle Deckard.
Damn, it's not here. While you were on your hero's errand here, I captured all 3 sword pieces and your friends.
I should have known. I must get back to Kane's house.
Thank you. Oh, I've been